G'day mate, and welcome to Capital Industry Update number 3, Space Trains and More Power Required, with me, Jenny. Today we're going to be getting into, well, more power required. Last episode we went and upgraded and expanded a few things, which led to a small power crisis, which is going to be the first thing I need to deal with. On top of that, we also need to, well, hopefully get a sour water stripping set up, and also increase a little bit of production, but I can't do any of that until I thank a couple of YouTube members. First off, I need to thank the wonderful Jimmy Lives. Thank you, Jimmy, for being a wonderful YouTube member, supporting the channel. And also I need to thank the wonderful Dennis Jesse. Jency. Dennis, again, thank you for being a wonderful YouTube member and supporting the channel. And lastly, I also need to thank Timbo. Thank you all three of you for being YouTube members, all being lovers of the content, and all of you getting early access to episodes like this. So first thing we need to do is we need to do some maths. So I need to ask you that very important question. Of course, the important question being, can I borrow a like? I just like to borrow a like. I like to borrow a like in the video, because if I can't borrow a like, then obviously you're going to sit through and you're going to make sure I didn't make any mistakes in my math. So first off, we need to talk about our gas boiler. Our gas boiler should be where we're going to start, and I need to talk about how it's running. So it's burning our heavy oil, and we make 12 heavy oil every single cycle, and of course you burn 36 heavy oil. Obviously we don't have 36 heavy oil, so we're only running this, the heavy oil side of this, 1/3 of the time, which is fine to produce some amount of steam. We'll worry about how much steam in a second. On top of that, we're also burning the light oil. The light oil is also producing some steam for us. And again, the light oil, we're making 30 every single time the oil refinery cycles. But I need to work out exactly how much steam I'm making, because that'll tell me how much power I can make. And therefore, that'll tell us what we need to do to fix things. So first off, from the top, we need 54 light oil to run the recipe, and I'm only making 30. So I need to do 30 over 54, which means it's running on just the light oil 0.56 of the time. On top of that, we have the heavy oil, which is going to be 12 over 36. That is 0.33. If I add 0.33 plus 0.56 together, plus, not times, plus. There we go. We get 0.89, percent uptime. That's really what it is. We're running the recipe of making steam, 89% of the time. Yeah, so I want to do, 0.89 multiplied by 48, so I actually know how much steam I'm getting, and the answer is 42. With us getting 42 steam, I then need to work out exactly how much steam I'm using of that process to make sure the oil keeps running. And the answer is, if I subtract the 6 steam for the distillation stage 1, and then another 3 steam for the distillation stage 2, it means I'm actually producing 33 steam. 33 steam is a good number, it's an okay number, but I also need to mention that you only need 24 steam. So I should actually be producing a little bit more steam than what I require. In fact, if we subtract that as well, I still have 9 steam left over. 9 steam left over means if I do 9 over 24, it's 0.38. So 0.38 means that I am running a second turbine, which we're going to uni build, maybe? No, uni. Nope, definitely not uni. Okay, I can uni build you. If I'm running you 0.38% of the time, I would get 0.38 multiplied by 24 steam, is the amount you require. So actually I don't care how much, no, we've already done that piece of maths. I need to multiply that by 6, being the amount of mechanical power you get, or you would give me, which is going to give me 2.28 mechanical power. So with everything closed, please, we can then look at the first machine. So the first machine is making 6 mechanical power. That means if I'm going to do this at the same time, you need 3 mechanical power. You need 3 mechanical power. So if you're running, you're going to power both of these two. The next one's producing 2 mechanical power. Well, 2.28 mechanical power. So if I can get you built, which is going to be problem number 1, you should produce enough to run you on power priority number 4 all the time, and you on power priority number 5 some of the time. Not all the time, but some of the time. Where are my construction parts, guys? Do I have to make construction parts? We might have to make some construction parts. I need 50. How much do you need? 32 and 32. Okay. If I delete both of you with uni, that'll actually give me 64. and then I'm going to pause the game so nobody gets a wise idea. And then I can build you. Cool. That means once you're built, I currently don't have enough inertia on the wheel, so I'm not actually producing basically any power at this stage. But once you've spun up to speed, yep, and we get over this hump, we should have this guy utilization 100%, this guy utilization 100%, and this guy should hover somewhere in the middle. Also, I should mention that I don't have auto balance turned on. So what's actually happening is all the steam that I'm producing is heading straight to this guy and into this guy. I have a small catch, and that is, well, we don't produce enough steam to run them flat out. So they're going to have a bit of downtime, and because of the way steam works, if they spin down like this, they need to start back up, and they have an efficiency loss. So what I need to do is, at least on one of them, turn on auto balance. If I turn on auto balance, that means that once there's enough power in here, in the actual drive shaft, one of them will turn off, which is then going to slow down everything, which is sort of fine, but also potentially a problem. Yeah, because there might be a time when I actually need to have more power in here, and I just don't have enough steam. So one of the things I can do comes back to these balances. We are intentionally making sure all the steam from here comes in here. It's then sent this way first, and then comes in here and is sent over here, because I need to make sure these guys have steam no matter what. If they have steam, no matter what, they can produce the fluid that I require so you can actually run. So then you can provide the steam over here to make sure these guys run. So I have a backup pipe plugged in from this boiler here into this balancer, which means you can provide steam only to these guys, not to the power plant. What I really need to do is, I might have waited too long. I need to put that into there. I also need to, this is going to be very important because it's a power plant, I need to set all these balances to high priority. I need to make sure that the power required for these guys is number 1. You are already number 1. I need the water input to also be number 1. And then I've hit the worst case scenario, which is I had a complete brownout. I don't actually have enough steam for anything to happen, making enough power for anything to run. So we need to have a new option. A new option is over here. We have the old diesel generators. They are all providing backup power. And what I want to do is I want to set them power priority number 15, being as low as possible, and make sure they all have the same settings. Can I pin you for half a second? So we're going to produce, well, we're going to consume some diesel to then get this up and running. Once this gets up and running enough that it can start producing power, which means we need to get over this hump here, because, well, there's a lot of inertia on there, and they need to be at certain speed for, well, the power generators to actually be able to do anything. That's one of the catches with having flywheels and that sort of inertia on there. But once they are, they're going to start powering. Once they start powering, these guys turn off, which is what I really want. I don't want these guys running if they don't have to be running. Doesn't mean I need a couple of workers in there. That's probably okay. But that's what I need to do to get power sorted for right this second. First thing I need to do, or next thing I need to do, is Doom has no trees to harvest. Can I get you to harvest all of those and all of those? Okay, if you have no trees to harvest, I need to do this contract and, oh, trade, and also need to make sure you load up with crude oil. Also, at the same time, I have enough room for having another couple of people, so we're going to turn you on because I have 69 houses left. Nice. All right. Next thing I need to do is I need to come over here. We need to, well, add a little bit more oil here because I don't have a lot of diesel, and that could be a problem. We are expanding out the fleet, so I need to make some modifications here. First modification is I need a second one of these. This is dead easy. You're just going to go there. You're going to take your diesel and plug it straight there. You're going to take your light oil, plug it straight there. That's the easy one. The steam needs to come in from here. Actually, you need to go straight on the ground. You need to go there, and then you need to come this way, which is a bit of a problem because I have this heavy oil in the way, and I have this guy in the way. So I need to, well, put you, I'm going to live here. So that means I need to have a pipe from here to here to here. Flip the other direction, and the other problem I'm going to have is you need 60 crude oil. You guys over here provide 60 crude oil. That should be fine. Except, can I turn that off? Yeah, and turn that off as well. Except I need more crude oil to run a second one of these guys. Now I do have Mr. Shippy who has 12,000 barrels of oil on him, but I also have this bucket. This bucket is a small bucket that is moving oil from the old location, the old pump jacks, which are, well, we're not actually using anymore properly, and bring it over here. So what I want to do is I want to build a new bucket for you. I want to build that pipe, that pipe, that pipe, and that pipe. And then I want to set this one to import off. That means the truck's going to have to bring the crude oil here instead. And hopefully we can use that to well, run another one of the distillations. Now, next thing I need to do is I need to move the heavy oil pipe. So heavy oil is going to have to come from here to here to here. Cool. After it does that, we're going to go forward a little bit. I'm going to plug that into there. That should be fine. All right. Is it? Actually, if I line this up, use the same connector. Okay. Can we try that again? Can I go from here to here to here, and then yeah, okay, fine. Go to there. I guess the pipes don't like touch themselves, so just add a connector that way. All right. Can I get you built? All right. With you built, I want to remove this one. So we've put the crude oil, but the heavy oil around the outside, which means I can now get you plugged in, which needs to have that connector back. Thank you very much. We're going to need to have the steam, which we're going to bring, actually, and the sour water. Sour water, can you just go to here? Yep, I don't really mind how you get there. I just need, no, I need to do the steam first. Okay, steam, can I bring you down to ground level, bring you in here, plug that one in there, and that one in there. Then sour water can get to there. I don't care how for now, but I just need it done. You need construction parts 2, which is okay-ish. We don't have a lot of them, but I have some of them. So, can I get that done, that done, that done, and that done, and that done, and the pipe done. All right. That I need to have done before I do the next one. So the next one is, you are now going to produce 30 light oil. You're also going to produce 30 light oil. So if I have both of you making 30 light oil, and you only burn 54, that's going to be a problem. You're also going to make 12 and 12 heavy oil, which it means you're going to run more often, which is sort of what I want. I want to have a power plant running a little bit more often. But I also need to, well, change things up slightly. Can I turn that off now? Yeah, because you should be enough to keep the system running. All right, so what I want to do is I want to bring all my light oil here and burn all my light oil here. On top of that, I'm going to want a second boiler, which is going to be placed directly opposite you to burn off the heavy oil and the tiny bit of residual light oil. So I need to remove this pipe, which is bad because the heavy oil doesn't have anywhere to go now. So I need to sort of work in a hurry and put that there, and bring my heavy oil around here. I also need to take my excess light oil from here because you can only burn 54. We're planning on giving you more than 54, so I need to have that done as well. I also need to plug that one into there, and I need to plug water from this connector into here. Cool. I didn't have all that done now. All right, with that done, I need to have you to be a priority in for both of these two to make sure that they can dump all their steam over there. We haven't really changed the ratios yet because these guys are not built, but we've sort of split the way that things are going to be burned. You're going to be burning both heavy and the drizzle of light. You are just going to be burning light oil now, so you need to wait for enough light oil. You need to take the residuals. It might have a problem with it backing up, but I probably shouldn't have a problem with backing up. Probably. This is not really a recommended way for things to function. Right, we have new refugees. Excellent. They have more loot. Hooray. And with that done, we're going to attempt to get these two built. Okay, I didn't have enough construction parts to get you built. 70. All right, what can we do about construction parts? Construction parts are limited by nothing. Okay. Can I gotta stay on top of this. I gotta keep getting rid of wood. I also need to make sure you keep loading up with crude oil. And I can't do anything about construction parts, but making them sort of as fast as possible for right now. I need to maybe increase this. Yeah, that's probably the best thing I can do. All right, so with that, hang on. You're not getting any electronics. I want you to get electronics. We need research to run. So we're just going to run the belt forward for a little bit, have you fill up a little bit, and then hopefully remember to turn you off. All right, so that's what I need to do. I need to have another 50. Also, I need to, now we've potentially doubled the amount of steam I'm going to be getting. I need to potentially have 2 more of you guys. I need to also have 2 more of you guys. And I need to have, well, I want to have an awful lot more inertia on the wheel before I add more power. Yeah, so we're going to do that as well. You guys you're on auto balance, you're off auto balance. I'm probably gonna have to turn you off auto balance completely once the second one's up and running, but also I need to build these, which are more construction parts too, which I just don't have. Can I get that pipe done? That part can be done easily enough. You're now done. You can be deleted. I can't really start any of these. I do have the old power plant, but I don't really need anymore. Okay, can we delete that one? Because I don't need that one, that's for sure. And I can get you done now. All right, so you should be able to produce the medium oil, and then you should be able to take the medium oil, add a little bit more steam, produce a little more diesel, a little bit more diesel goes in there. Also, a little bit more light oil goes in there, and that should get that system up and running. Okay, next thing I want to do is I want to have, you guys are going to output 48 steam each, which means I sort of need this pipe to be a T2 very shortly. So let's upgrade you to next here. Get that done and that done. And then I can take a little bit more steam, plug it here, and a little bit more steam plugged in there. Okay. What I want to do is, I'm going to get the pipes done obviously first, because those I can afford. And then I'll try and get one of you done. Actually, I can afford that already. Okay, can I build you? And then can I build you? And actually, second thought, it's going to remove those guys. Can I put 2 more of those on the set? Then I'll build those guys. Okay, I want to have more weight, more inertia, because I have potentially extra steam. I need to turn you probably off auto balance now to make sure we have enough, we can burn off enough fluid to keep things running. Also means that technically I can now run 4 of these guys flat out at all times, even if I don't need to. Yeah, new refugees, 24 houses, we should be fine. Yep, can I do, what, add trees again? Wow. Okay, come mow down some of this. Alright, so that should be everything we need for right this second. Alright, research. We just finished sulfur processing, which is very good because that's the very next thing I want to set up. Alright, I want oil. I want a sour water stripper. Now, sour water stripper does a few things. The first thing it's going to do is, no, I need to go up a tile. Actually, there's one other thing I need to do, and that's trash. Trash! No, you're still fine at -13. I just want to check on that. So, trash. We now have trash sticking up from the ground. If I look at health, I have landfill pollution of -4.3. Water pollution, I have -5.7. That is because we are dumping raw sewage into the sea from the complaints department. Yep, if you have any complaints, just head to the end of the complaints department and drop them off. Also, don't need you guys running. Can I turn you guys off? Because then you cost me less maintenance and less workers. Which is mainly coming from, well, us making a little bit of rubber and the people poop. The other big place where we're dumping a whole lot of stuff is here. We're dumping out sour water. Now, sour water has twice the water pollution factor as poop, so it's probably pretty bad. So what I want to do is I want to build one of you guys. Now, you're going to do 2 things for me. One, you're going to stop me having to drop the sour water in the sea. Can I get you to come straight down to there? Yep, good. Can I bring steam into here as well? The other thing you're going to do is you're going to let me get some ammonia, which I can't use right now, sulfur, which I can't use right now, but you're also going to give me back some water. The water I'd like. The ammonia, for right now, is going to go into a flare. We're just going to burn it off. It's going to give us a little bit of air pollution, but the air pollution is way better than the, landfill pollution. And then I need one of these guys. I'm going to intentionally build a small one. I'm going to build it well and truly out of the way because the bigger ones require construction parts too, and I just don't have it. Can I get a belt from there? There. Cool. And then your clean water. Your clean water we're going to bring to... actually, going to bring you flat for a little bit and then bring you to here. So type 5. And we're going to take this straight through to this point. That point. Yeah, that point. And then bring it into here. Okay, the clean water. I want to put the clean water back in the system because you are going to take in 36 sour water, which means the 18 and 18 you produce is enough to run this at full speed, which gets me 21 water. 21 water should be enough to keep this system active because you and you produce 48. Obviously, we're going to have a little bit of extra if you ever have to run, like right about now when we built one of these and it was too much inertia. Okay, can I unpause this pipe? This if I have a pipe that's built and paused, because you can just put steam into the system even if there's no power. Yeah, your belt might not work, but hopefully you can put enough steam in there. No. Okay, turn the diesel gens back on. Alright, we're just going to leave them actually. What do you cost to build? Electronics. I don't really have electronics, so I guess we're just going to leave you there. We're just going to leave them there. We're going to leave them running until I fix this problem once and for all. Alright, what I want to do is I want to delete this, but I want to do it with Uni because I want it gone now, because that's the water to the input to power. Then I want to put one of these in. I want to build you, and I want to have you be the input priority to bring the sour water that we've cleaned back into the system. It does mean that somehow I'm putting in 6 and 3 being 9 steam plus 9 steam. That's 18 steam, and I'm reclaiming 21 water. It's fine. It's fine. All right. So what I want to do is I want to build all of this. I want to build the bucket, and with that done, yep. Oh, actually, and we're bringing in 3 more steam. So yeah. I also want to flip this pipe. I want to flip this pipe. I want to aim it back over this way. I want to pause the dump because we don't need the dump anymore. And then in theory, I'm going to bring in the sour water. We're going to process the sour water. We're going to get some clean water. I'm going to send that back in here as a priority to make sure we use it. And then we should be fine. Okay. You have auto balance off. You have auto balance off. You have auto balance on. You are part of our power network, which means I need to intentionally set your priority number 1. Very important, anything on your power network should be set to a very high priority, including the water input for the system, because, well, if it don't run, bad things happen. But I don't need this pipe running anymore, so we're going to turn you off, and we're going to leave you guys, oh boy. Can I turn you back on? What are you waiting for inputs? You don't have enough crude oil. Okay, we have enough crude oil here, but not enough crude oil here. Okay, we're going to pause this pipe. Yeah. Actually, we're going to just remove this pipe. Because you're relying on the trucks to bring it over crude oil. And that only happens if they're idle enough. Yeah. Okay. So you're going to run full time. You're going to only run when we have enough crude oil here. Cancel. I don't need you upgraded. I want you to have you paused. Alright. And then we should... Import products. Okay. No, needs to keep running. I need... Oh no, we have enough inertia, so we should be okay. Alright, can I... What else do I want to do? Do I want to attempt to have more of you up and running? You have auto balance on. You have a priority that way still. I really want to put in another balancer and prioritize these 2 first, and then this one last. Because I don't want the efficiency drop when you don't have any steam. And I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. It's another balancer, which I don't really like having this many balancers, but when we're early game and we have our systems linked together, having some redundancy and forcing things to flow the way you need them to flow is probably not a bad idea. So can I get you built? You're going to be a priority out this way to make sure this gets all the steam. And then I'm just going to delete that part. And we're then going to take a little pipe and plug a little pipe into there. Cool. So all the steam should go to these guys first, providing the steam, which, you know, provides these guys work, providing we have enough crude oil, which now I'm relying on trucks delivering crude oil, which is a whole separate problem. There is 1 truck dedicated to this. So where are we? You are set to an empty priority 15, so it's the last thing they have to do. And if we look at this, I have 14 idle trucks, which does mean more of you should be assigned to this. Can I increase the priority to like a 12? It hasn't improved. 7. Still hasn't improved. 1? I'm looking for this line to fill up. Oh, it's not accepted sign only. That's what I want. I turned that off. Cool. Now all the idle trucks can help out. Yes. Okay. That'll get stuff transported across sooner. Also means that as long as I have trucks idle, they'll do it. If I don't have trucks idle, they won't do it. I have room for 3 houses, and that means we turn you off. New refugees, nice, small loot, excellent, great. All right, so back to this problem. Actually, no, I got to click on this, and I also need to click on this. All right, so we're going to have crude oil brought over here. As you can see, the bar is green, so that means all the tank is going to come over here at once. They're bringing over a whole heap of it, and we should provide enough steam to keep these ones running. Like I said, it's not 100% of the time, because unless we have both of these turned on and running at full speed, it's 89% or whatever, which means currently the power is in the pooper, which probably means I need to just bite the bullet and turn on the coal power as a backup. Fine. Okay, we'll run this pipe in here. I paused the coal. Okay, I didn't mean to pause the coal, I meant to pause the pipe. Okay, I want to pause that pipe then. Alright. I need a way to bypass these guys if they run out of power, and one way to do it is having a pipe that's paused. So, you got to run in there as a backup. So you should provide enough steam to run these guys, hopefully, at full speed. The extra, what are we talking about? 0.11. The 11% extra brute force that I need to make sure that we have enough steam to run these two flat out. With these two running flat out, anything extra can go over here, only if these guys require the extra to spin up the shaft. Currently they do. It has auto balance turned on, but as you say, it says missing inputs. And then as soon as we have a little bit of steam flow over there, because well, everybody's happy to turn on at the right time, you can then provide a little bit more throughput to the shaft, and that should get us a little bit more power. I also want to turn you on, and I want to turn on actually I want to turn on one of these guys. Yeah, this should be a solved problem now. All right, so with that done, I need to come back here and I need to look at copper. All right, copper. I actually brought in my my blueprints. My blueprints are on the Capital Industry Hub. At least they were for update 2. There's new ones that are, well, there are new ones that I'm working on and doing updates for. Everything that's most of the things I've looked at that I've published previously are fully, mostly 98% compatible with update, from update 2 to update 3. There are some optimizations I'm doing now. We can make pipes and belts go a whole lot higher. Those I've chosen to put on Patreon, just so the time that I'm spending working on these blueprints, updating them all, I'm spending the time doing that rather than spending the time doing videos like this, because at the end of the day, well, the kittens need to have some kibble to keep them happy. So I went and brought in my old upgradable blueprint and changed this one. I basically copied the bottom section from my original and pasted it over here. It was a little bit more space efficient, which is what I really wanted. I don't want the rest of it. I want to start from scratch when it comes to everything else. And what I want to do is I want to get this up and running. So to get this up and running, I need to have a couple of things. First thing I'm going to need is a belt of coal. So we're going to bring, and a belt of copper. We're going to bring you in 3 tiles away. Cool. Then I want this belt, which I just going to cut. And I want to move it up a tile and put it there. Great. Bottom belt is going to be copper. I want to put copper in there. And I want to put copper in there. Okay. Then I want a belt of coal, which is going to go in here, and it's going to go in here. And then I need to have the copper, the coal be filled, which means I'm going to put a little belt there. I'm going to flip that around, and I'm going to actually steal. I'm going to steal, and I'm going to move it. You know what? I'm just going to move it. I think I'm just going to take the coal from. Hang on, I want to cut here. Right? Yeah. Okay. I want to bring in coal, and I really prefer not to move the bucket if possible. Actually, how many construction parts is this? This is 15, this is 18, you are 30 to build a new one. We're going to build a new one. I want to have a coal bucket right there. Because I copied the original coal bucket, it's going to have all the settings from the original coal bucket. And my problem is construction parts. And we're missing electronics because that box is filling up. That box is full enough. I flip that belt and we'll run them that way. You are full enough, so that means everything's going to go over here. You two are still running at full speed as fast as new copper, which is not fast enough, hence new copper smelter. So what I want to do is I want to have you there. On top of that, I need to have the copper bucket. The copper bucket is going to have a belt come from here, and coal's in the way. It's going to come from here to here at height number 5, let's say, and then bring it to here, I think. No, too close. Can I go to here? And then bring that down. Yep, that's the height I need. Okay. I can't plug it in just yet because this whole coal bucket is disappeared, but I need to have this coal bucket built first. So, can I enable you? Alright. Next thing I need is I need to do a slag. So slag is going to come out from this smelter. It's going to come up to height number 5. I have all the altitude right here to deal with it. Going to come out a tile, and then it's going to come back down to the ground because I need to get to the ground so I can go into a bucket. Can I have that bucket? That bucket is already a slag bucket, so you are going to be exporting slag. That's what I want. And you need to do the same. Can I have you go to there, up to height number 5, and then plug into there. Oh, I am blocking the coal belt. That's fine. I don't mind. And I need to build this. I also need to build this and this and that and that and that and that and that smelter. Okay. This is going to be mostly construction parts 1, so this should be fine. This should be something I can afford. It shouldn't be too bad. I do need to bring over some more materials. One of them is going to be water. We still obviously have to have the copper electrolysis machine to wash the copper, so I need to get a pipe of water. Pipe of water is going to be from here, and I need you to attach that one, please, and then come up to height number 5, and I'm off by a tile, but that's fine, because the existing copper smelter is about to disappear. Right, I need to plug that in as well. Can I get you built? And just to confirm, no, we have lots of those, that's not an issue. It's just the build speed for these, which is just the electronics. Yeah. And we're still making science at full speed, which is great. There's definitely more things I'd like to have unlocked. Right. One thing I can do... No, I can't do anything about that. Right. I can uni boost all those, but that's way too much. Alright. Can I get this pipe built? And I'm also going to need one of these machines built. And... they bring in water down here. So I also need to have this pipe and this pipe built. And that should be everything I need to actually get you up and running. Can I disconnect this belt right here? Yep. So that's disconnected. You should have coal. You don't have coal, but I'm learning about the coal trucks are on their way. We have mixed. Okay. Yep. Okay, we can see this is being emptied and this is being filled. Nice. We went ding because... Excellent. I now have copper refinement too. Okay, that's even better. Alright, we'll get to that in 2 seconds. I need you built, I need you built. You have started processing copper. Excellent. That's going to trickle through here. Get down to here. I do need, noticed, that belt done. And I need this belt done, I need this belt done, and that's going to go into that box. Cool. With that done, I just need to have copper. Copper's currently been delivered manually, but we're going to turn off, and I'm going to delete that belt and that belt. Cool. With those two deleted, I'm going to run this into there. Yep, can I get the copper start going that way? And can I get that removed and this bucket gone? Obviously it's only got coal in it. The coal can go there for all I care, but I just need the bucket gone outright. So copper can start being fed over here via the power of belts, which is both good and bad because my belts move 60 items per minute, and you need 30 each, which is a bit of a problem because I'd really like to run the second one at the same time. So can I get all this unpaused, that unpaused? Can I get this whole build unpaused through to there? I don't need these two. These are going to be for later when we get to the next tier of smelters. When we get to the blast furnace mark 2. But that should get me copper down here fairly shortly. And that means I need to do the next project, which is making electronics faster. Can I copy... you know what? Can I just copy that part? That's the only part I really want. I actually don't know that. Never mind. We'll just start from scratch. Can I go to this copper box? All right. I want to have a bit of a gap. And then I want to have 1, 2, 3, 3 machines. And then I want to have 3 more machines. I know, it's a lot of production from what you've seen from the factory so far, but the factory must grow. Okay, what I want to do is I want to bring this belt down here. On top of that, I want to put a rubber belt, which we're just going to cut the whole belt. Press the E button to go up one tile and put it on top. With that done, I want to put my copper in there and my rubber in there. I know you guys are all having a problem because suddenly there's a belt in the way. Then I want to have a rubber box right here. The rubber box, I need you to head up to that belt. And it helps if you actually plug in, please. Click down then. Yep, that works for me. And I need to have that part built. that part built and the first one built. Now, you're a T3 assembler, which means you're actually going to do 24 electronics, whereas these guys are doing 12 electronics, which means more electronics. That's what it all is about for me. Okay, I want to put you... Normally you guys are facing the other way, but that's what happened today. Can I have that go say... Actually, can I have you go here? Alright, I want to have electronics. We're going to bring our electronics... I'm just going to go from here straight to... Yeah, that's the easiest way for right now. I need this box built. Yeah, that's important because I want to get rid of this box. But I can't get rid of this box until I have this belt built and this box built, and I have the output, well, going back over here. So what I need to do is I need that belt to go away. I need to bring electronics over here. So what I want to do is bring you from here, go straight to height number 5, and head back up. And this area is reserved for in the future when I get upgraded labs to the next tier. So what I want to do is I want to come to this tile, I think it is, and come straight across, straight line please, and plug into there. I dodged everything by the tile. That's all that matters. Okay, can I get that belt built? And we now have enough construction parts, I think. You're built with rubber, excellent. Can I get rid of this rubber box, and can I use the power of uni to shove it all in there? Cool, with it all shoved in there, you can start making electronics for me. It's going to cost construction parts too, but that's fine. And I should also be able to plug you in, and I want to have those two done and those two done. And I also want to have flat belts. Can I get a flat connector? Right there, here, 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 and here. Cool. Alright, so that should get electronics heading over here. They're going to take a little while to get here, which is a bit of a problem possibly, because apparently I'm not really making many, because, well, you don't get copper anymore. So, I don't need you anymore. I don't need you anymore, don't need you anymore, don't need you anymore, don't need you, don't need you, don't need you, or you. I also don't need this guy. Yep, I don't need that. I don't need any of this. I also don't need that anymore. I don't need that help. Cool. We have no trees to harvest. Well, that sounds horrible. Let me help. Can you get rid of this forest, all this forest, all that forest? Cool. Can I also do this again? And can I also do... Oh, build that. That would probably help. And can I also do Mr. Shippy, grab more crude oil? Right, so with us getting copper down here, after you're built, nice. You guys are built, I don't need this pipe. I do need those belts built, they are built. And that should get us, well, 19.5 times 2 copper down here. You need to have that little bit built, excellent. You can be built as well, and that should give me some electronics. They're going to take a little while to get over here, but if they can get over here reasonably quickly, I will be very happy. We've cleaned up a whole lot of area, which is good. There's more cleaning up to do because you're still very much in the way, but we're getting there bit by bit. All right, next thing I need to do is I need to look at sulfur processing. Hopefully I can fit this in very quickly. What we can do is we can add a new recipe. It's this recipe. This recipe lets us use acid instead, but to make acid, I need to have a mixer. Mixer is not under there. Is it under oil? Oh, where's a mixer? Smelting? No, copper. No, ore? Definitely not under there. Waste management? No. Buildings? No. Housing? Landmark. Okay. Air separator. We've already done that one. Smokestack. Yeah, there's 2 different versions. We know that. It says a little dot. Iron. No. Copper. No. Has a little dot. I don't know what a little dot is. Okay. Oh, there we go. What are you under? Food production. Sure. Technically, we use this for food much later on. I would like you to have a recipe. Your is going to be a little bit of sulfur plus a little bit of water equals a little bit of acid. Not enough maintenance. Yeah, I know. We're waiting on the belts to get there. Oh, we're waiting on that belt to be built. Wow. Turns out you're full. Wow, that happened quickly. All right. What I want you to do is I want you to go here. And I want a bucket. Can I get a bucket? Can I get a bucket for sulfur? We're going to set you to be sulfur. Can I I give you an import, and then I want to bring my water pipe down here. I want to bring my acid pipe in there. Can I cut that? Can I cut all of that? Oh, actually no. I put you here instead. Side. Yeah, that seems better. Rather than you sticking your ass out, you can be a little bit off to one side. Okay, and then I want to plug that into there. Cool. I need to have you delivered. I need to have you built. I need to have you, and I need to have you. Right. After I get sulfur here, you can make me a little bit of acid. I'm going to dump acid on my water pipe, which is probably bad, mixing the water and the acid together, but it should be fine because after we're done, we're going to get rid of the water pipe and stop flowing water into there. But I also need to deal with our high supply of waste. So you have done your job. You've got to -13. I want to flip you, and that means I get to remove you, and we can start filling the next one. As for our pollution, our water pollution's gone down, landfill's gone up. That's fine. I don't mind because, again, I'm just saving trucks. I don't want trucks having to run around and do these things. What I want them to do is, well, other things like moving products that need to get moved, and also bring me sulfur. Oh, they bring me a lot of sulfur. Excellent. So you are going to take in just the tiniest amount of sulfur with some water to make some acid. I don't need this pipe anymore. Rather than removing the pipe, I'm going to pause the pipe. And then these guys, I want to have the same recipe in both of them. So what I want them to do is I want them to consume any water that's in the pipes first. So this there one's nothing but acid. This has a little bit of water in it. This has some water in it. This has some water in it. The connectors also have water in it. Rather than me trying to remove the water, I'm just going to have them burn through the water. There's none left. And then they can use the acid recipe. Now, if I have a situation in the future where like I run out of sulfur for argument's sake or something else happens, then they can always just unpause the pipe and run water through there instead, and I can run the other recipe. But as soon as we get enough material moved through, that's acid, that's a mix, it's probably going to be the next craft. We should have acid for both these. Oh, you already have acid. You're going to end up running out of water, which is what I want to see, because that means we're going to get more copper out. We want. Yep. And you have enough water to do another cycle. Okay. You have one last lot of water. Okay. And you are also on the acid. That means I'm going to get more copper out. That's 24 copper. 24 copper is enough to run both of these machines flat out, which means that's more electronics. Also means that I'm very confident I can now unpause you, run you at full speed, and I'm even confident enough that we're going to upgrade you to the next tier, which now you're going to use twice as much material, which you're also going to make twice as much science. Which also means you need to have 12 workers. Good. We're going to build you, and we're going to build both the belts, and then we're going to have 2 extra labs. 2 extra labs is what I really want, because I have still a lot of research to get through. We are working our way through salt and then glass. That's going to be very important because large vehicles are still the goal. That's the really important thing I want to have. But to make vehicle parts too, I need to have glass. So I need to make glass, and therefore I need to have glass making up and running. I also probably want to have cooling towers to reclaim some of the water I'm burning for power. So that's probably important as well. And for the moment, we're just going to leave that there. Now, you do require lab equipment to get these guys done. You, as sets of the trucks, can pick up from you. It does mean that I have to wait for the belt to back up, or we can just pause the belt. If the belt's paused, then hopefully we can get some more of those. Oh god, is that all full? That is all full. Okay. Can I have more wood storage? Yeah. Is my wood storage going to start getting in the way of everything else? Probably. Oh, hang on. I have... Okay. We have now 48. Can I build you with Uni? No, I can't build you with Uni. We're close. I can now build you with Uni. Okay. Unpause the belt. You can run. I have I also have low cargo. Okay. I have enough that we can. Okay, we have some in here. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to upgrade you. Actually, I'm going to upgrade this one. Can I upgrade you? Cool. Can I upgrade you? Yes. And then you. Yes. And you. Yes. How many? One more. Okay. And you. Alright, that's what we're going to do. I don't really want to build more storage, which is going to make them all twice as large. And that's also where we're going to leave this episode. It's going to take a little while for these guys to fully buffer, but once they're fully buffered, we should be producing, well, 6, 12, 24 science every single month, which means this, which costs 360 science, just got a whole lot faster for us to get. Sure, we don't have a lot of uni, and on top of that, we do have salt production up and running, which means there's something else we need to build in the next episode. But for right now, what I need to do is I need to leave this episode here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you're enjoying. We're getting one step closer to the grand space program with science going a whole lot faster, and also us getting a little bit more production up and running, and also iron out. This is way better than what we were dealing with previously, which is what it's all about. It's all about those incremental upgrades so we can get to, well, a factory that's going to run flat out. Anyway, with all that said and done, I'm going to pause you, and I'm going to see you in the very next video. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you then.